Postgame Show.
Delivered by new melts from Pizza Hut. Cheesy, crispy, and loaded with toppings for just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts. Only at Pizza Hut.
Lakers basketball is a final.
877-710 ESPN.
It's the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show.
Tipping off now.
Here's Alan Sliwa.
All right, Lakers lose to the Philadelphia 76ers 113-112. Lakers now on the season 19-24. Every time they start inching closer to 500, they go through some kind of a streak the other way. This is a 3-game losing streak the Lakers are in the middle of right now. I did mention, looking at – listen, we all knew they had a tough schedule. Hawks, Kings, Nuggets, Mavericks, Sixers. They have a tough stretch of games, but it's frustrating to see the Lakers put themselves in position where they got a chance to win some of these games. And, the one I'm obviously talking about was the Mavs a couple nights ago on Thursday night. Tonight, not that much different against Philly. And I'm not telling you that the Lakers, this is a lock, they should have won it. It was one blown possession, nothing like that. Even if Lakers got the shot that they wanted in that final possession, they could have easily missed it, whatever the case is. I just don't know what Russ was doing in that final 8-9 seconds or whatever it is. And when Bron's got 35, and he's LeBron James, and he's 15 of 23 from the field, and you got Joel Embiid guarding you, give the ball to LeBron James. That seems like that's you want to let Russ do his thing, and Russ had a triple-double tonight, and Russ has been playing good ball. Russ shot 50% tonight, 20 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists. But with the game on the line, if we don't have a play in mind, and there isn't this, hey, we're not calling a timeout, but we know exactly what we're going to do, that's a different story. But it didn't seem like the Lakers knew what they were going to do, and Russ certainly didn't have a game plan. Got caught trying to make a pass. Clock was already running out. Before that, he was kind of fumbling with the ball as well, and he had Joel Embiid on him. So that's a tough one for the Lakers to take. That's another L for the Lake Show that's certainly going to be frustrating when we look back at some of the losses this season. All right, phone number is 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. If you're just leaving crypto and you're in your car and you want to be a part of the show, or you're listening on the radio, on the ESPNLA app, we got all our social platforms as well that we're live on right now too. 877-710-ESPN. Let's take a listen to Darvin Ham, let him explain that final possession and get his thoughts on the game.
Hey, Darvin, on that last possession after you get the stop, sometimes you want to let guys go in transition to see if there's an advantage. Did you think about calling a timeout or when he bobbled it or at any point there?
No, not really. I mean, down one, got, one of our best playmakers to the rim. He's in one of our best finishers at the rim. Has the ball with Embiid standing in front of him. I'll take that scenario every day of the week and twice on Sunday. We just got to finish the play. That's it. Make a harder, stronger move to the rim. That's it. It's as simple as that. And it just didn't work out. But, it is what it is. That's a great ball club over there. It sucks to lose these close games like this. It really, you have an opportunity to beat some really good ball clubs in Dallas and Philly tonight. But my hat's off to them. They stayed resilient. They got going. James got going a little bit there. Maxey, his drives, putting his head down, getting to the basket, and Embiid, the tough shot maker that he is. But, we were right there. So as disappointed as I am, I'm not discouraged. We just got to be better. We just got to be better at finishing.
Questions? Yeah. With Embiid, you guys decided to kind of go with Linyan against him. What were you trying to disrupt with him and the size mismatch? And then I guess secondarily, what did you think of LeBron tonight and the way that he attacked the game?
I thought Brian was phenomenal. Really playing downhill, playing the right way, running off the ball, really finding guys as well. I thought he was really, really good. And in terms of Winyan, Winyan had a lot of energy, a lot of good pop. we were doubling Embiid anyway, regardless of who was going to be on him, whether it was Wingen, Thomas, Bron, whoever. He was going to get doubled in the post. So, but just his activity also, and just his ability to catch and finish quick, and he just seemed to have a really good rhythm going, and so we decided to go with him.
I'm paying attention Wayne, Gabriel. So, what point this season he getting better? The progress.
Say that one more time.
I'm paying attention Wayne, Gabriel, number 35. I covered him at the Portland.
Okay.
So he's getting better, I think. So, what point do you think do you feel progress?
I mean, I think he's progressed well. He's progressed with his body in the weight room. He works feverishly with our coaching staff, with our weight staff, our training staff, and he's rounding out into a really, really dependable, solid rotational player, and he just keeps getting better. And the more minutes he plays, the more he's out there playing against top-level competition in these situations at the end of the game, the more confidence it's going to give him. But very confident player. We're so thankful to have him. And again, he just continues to work, and that work is paying off. You're seeing the results of all the hard work he's putting in.
Thank you. Darvin, I understand you can second guess stuff when it doesn't work out, but LeBron doesn't touch the ball on that last possession in some way. I know you said you're okay with Russ there going, seeing the mismatch, and just going, or you kind of talked earlier about getting movement and getting into something. Was there anything else that could have happened?
Situation, Dan, just being down 1 point and the ball's in Russell Westbrook's hand, I'm comfortable with that. I don't know how much I can reiterate that. If that was Bron, it'd be the same thing. And we don't want to bring an extra body over if it's Bron handling, if it's Dennis handling. But if we got cross-match with Embiid in front of us, again, we just got to we just got to finish the play. That's it. I don't know. If I call a timeout and I draw up something, maybe they make substitutions. Maybe they scheme a little bit better, or they blitz us right at the point of attack. It's so many different scenarios. But at the end, again, as I said, it's disappointing that we lost, and it's disappointing that we couldn't close the game out. But make no mistake about it. Down 1 with the ball in Russ's hands with Embiid standing in front of him, I have confidence in my player, and that's not going to change. We just got to make a better play.
Coach, you guys are dramatically improved from the early season struggles, and you're hanging tough with some of the NBA's best teams. What is the potential of this team moving forward? I
think that the potential is what we put into it. We can't give up. We can't hang our heads. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We just have to go out there and compete. We play, 43 games, and we got 39 left, and now we just dropped, 5 below 500? We just got to keep working, man. We got to keep working. These things are swinging in our favor. We just got to keep working. We can't get discouraged. We just got to learn from these, like I always say, wisdom and lessons, not just wins and losses, but wisdom and lessons. And we have to learn from the night, learn from Dallas and the close games, and coming out prepared, coming out ready to compete, coming out ready to play the right way.
All right, that's Lakers head coach Darvin Ham right there. I'm going to take some phone calls when we come back. 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. We'll react to a couple of things Darvin Ham said and whether you agree or disagree with his thought process there. Lakers lose to Philly, 113-112. Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 17.
Presented by Pizza Hut. Try the new Detroit style from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers Postgame with Sliwa.
Now, here's Alan Sliwa.
Point to the Paint all season long is sponsored by Vista Paint. Right now, local residents can take 40% off on factory direct, high-quality Vista Paint products. A Vista Paint team member will show you how. Locally owned, manufactured, and operated since 1956. Visit VistaPaint.com and start saving. Points in the paint tonight, 70-52, 18-point advantage for the Lakers, but the Lakers lose 113-112. All right, let me take some of these phone calls. Let's go to George in Paramount. George, what's going on?
So I think that the last two games, I think there's the coach foul. I think he needs he needs to call those timeouts in the last minute. The last two games, I think they go for the coach. I don't think it's for the players. It's supposed to go for the coach.
So, George, I got to be honest with you. I'm not really going to disagree that much on that one. I'm really not. I thought the game against the Dallas Mavericks, I think you got to foul Luka in regulation. And I think tonight, even if you start the possession in the play, and I get what Darvin doing. By the way, I respect, because I know those players respect when he says, I got Russ, he's got the ball, game running down, him or Bron have the ball, I'm going to let them do their thing. I know what he's trying to do, but when Russ fumbled the ball, there was still about 7-8 seconds left. When you don't feel like you're going anywhere, when you feel like the possession is kind of breaking down, call timeout. Call timeout. Even if you call timeout with 3-4 seconds left, fine, draw play. I also don't agree with everything that Darvin Ham said there. Like I said, I respect that he's standing up for his players and saying, if I got to take my chances with a player like this, I'm going to do it. Complete respect for that. But that doesn't mean I agree with it. I didn't think Russ really knew where he was going. So LeBron had 35. Let's have LeBron make that decision towards the end of the game. Let's go to Renee, who's just leaving the game. What's going on, Renee?
Hi, Alan.
How's it going?
Not well after Friday's loss, a double overtime, and then tonight.
I'm with you, by the way. I'm with you.
Huh?
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Those are two tough losses.
Yeah, I can't handle it. And they play tomorrow, and they got to play again on Wednesday. And what I don't like is the disorganization down the stretch of these last two close games. I felt Friday, it was so predictable. 3 attempts by LeBron camping out of the perimeter, the three-point line. Dallas didn't even try to defend it. They felt like, good luck, make it. If you beat us there, you beat us there. Today, again, no organization, no thought process, and the point that LeBron missed at the three-point free throws, I said to my husband, that one missed basket's going to come back to bite us. And sure enough, it bit us and we lost by that 1 point.
Well, I tell you this, Renee, I appreciate you calling in. Listen, Thursday night is when they played Dallas. If you called on Thursday and said, hey, Bron missed too many, he's taken bad threes. He was 9 of 28 from the field. I think 0 of 7 from the three-point line. I can't remember his free throws. But tonight, I don't really know what to tell you about Bron. He was 4 of 5 from the free throw line. So, what was that, 80%? 35, 10, and 8. The only thing I didn't like about Bron at the end of the game is he didn't touch the ball at the end of the game. That, I think, is, obviously critical. And I'm not sure how you go a final possession without Bron touching the ball, especially the kind of night that he was having tonight. Let's actually take a quick listen here. We got LeBron James. Let's get his thoughts post-game.
Bron, you guys get that defensive stop, but take us through the final offensive possession.
We got to stop, give ourselves a chance to win the game. We didn't.
I know a lot of focus will be on that final possession, but as you know, you can see the game in its entirety. Coach mentioned moments ago, too, just being better, whether it's finishing or not. How do you kind of assess the game as a whole?
Just frustrating, getting those positions and not being able to come out with the victory.
LeBron, it's always kind of tough to know maybe in the moment whether or not there should be a timeout there. Is it when you weigh the factors, what does that kind of look like on that last possession?
We got to stop, give ourselves a chance to win. We didn't execute.
We spoke about closing lineups after the Dallas game, and obviously you guys are still trying to get the continuity, get the minutes together.
Different one night.
Different one night.
whatever you about to ask.
Well, the question was going to be, even in a failure to execute or something that goes the wrong way, how does that add to the overall picture in getting that experience in these late game situations?
And what is the overall picture?
I guess the hope would be that you get through so many different situations that at some point, no matter who is involved,
we're playing good basketball. We're just not winning games.
Ron, I know at the end of the day, for you, it's win, loss. That's all that matters. But at this point, you passed 38,000 career points. Do you let yourself clock those moments, or is it just sort of the ultimate moment at the end?
No.
Are there things in these moments that you need your team to hold on to? I mean, as you guys have to find ways to win and understanding that urgency?
The best thing about this league, you get an opportunity to redeem yourself very fast. So Miss Audible is what his music was just said. You still get an opportunity to be better the next day. We got another one tomorrow, and we got to be ready to play against a young, fast, energetic Houston Rockets team.
You guys have won a bunch of close games before the last two. Do you feel like overall the team is moving in the right direction here, or is there any kind of bigger picture to that?
We're better than the start of the season.
Go ahead,
Tom.
I know that the losing is incredibly frustrating for you. In the context of what this franchise is, do you think much about what it means for the franchise that, the way that the start of this season went and, the last season and...
No.
Thanks, Brian.
So, a couple things there, on the Braun, kind of his response. I'm with him. I think what's making this most frustrating, and I want to go back here for a quick second. I want to properly set expectations because I did not think the Lakers were going to have any success without Anthony Davis. And they may be now. It might be 8-8 or something like that since he got injured. If it's not 8-8, it's 8-7, or it's 8-9. It's something like that. 8-8, I think, is what it is. And the whole idea was, can you play 500 basketball without AD? And they've done that. And at one point they were 8-5, and now this 3-game losing streak. Actually, it is 8-8. I did not expect the Lakers to. I thought they had a chance to beat the Mavs a couple nights ago against Philly. If Philly plays a good game with James Harden and Joel Embiid, that's a tough matchup. It just is. I mean, you need Anthony Davis. It's the best way that I can put it. What's making these losses so difficult is Braun said it right there. We're playing good basketball. We're just not executing towards the end. We're hanging against good teams. They're just not closing out these games. That part I agree with. That part I think is certainly the most frustrating. Okay, let's take another quick call here. Let's go to Kerry and OC. What's going on, Kerry?
Hey, how you guys doing, man? How you doing, Sliwa?
Good, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's just sad that these veterans just make bonehead decisions. I mean, can't get a shot off. And it's just sad, veterans, I can see if it was a rookie or 2-year card or something, but we got veterans that just can't make a play at the last second. I mean, it's mind-boggling. It makes you just start to think, man, do we really want to just make the play in or just get ready to go home? And I don't know. It's just
I could answer that. I could answer that, and I appreciate you calling in. Yes, is what I would tell you, because if I could try to find some light at the end of the tunnel, they're hanging with good teams and they're doing it without Anthony Davis. Now, of course, AD's got to come back. If you're asking the same question and AD's not back, then that's a different, it's just, all right, well, when are we going to lose? That would be the answer. But I do want to see them in the play-in tournament. I've said this before. I think that front office has to do everything possible to make sure this team gets into the playoffs this year. Give at least LeBron and AD and Russ, give them a shot of obviously seeing if they could get into any kind of momentum and create any damage in the playoffs. Maybe it's not realistic, but they're hanging with good teams. They're executing. I don't know what they were doing at the end of this game tonight. That one was a little bit more of a head-scratcher. Okay, when we come back, we're going to take some more phone calls. I know we got people waiting. Wait, I'll make sure to get to you, and then we got Russell Westbrook. Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 17. Lakers lose 113-112 the final score. LBJ 35 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds. Russ with the triple-double, 20, 14, and 11. Not enough for the Lakers. Embiid 35 points, 11 rebounds. Nice night for James Harden as well. 9 of 15 from the field, 24 points, 13 assists, and 7 rebounds. All right, one of our regulars, Solomon in Lake Balboa. What's going on, Solomon?
Hey, man, thanks, Alan. Thanks for calling me a regular. I appreciate that.
Got it, man.
Listen, man, I'm getting a little tired of losing games like this, to be honest. And here's my frustration. You said it yourself, that this team, there was a signature win. I apologize, I forget the team. Without LeBron, without AD, without, I call him Skywalker, because he can jump through the roof, Austin Reeves, and they won. That tells me that the supporting cast can be depended on at the end of games. I'm tired of the hero ball that we saw tonight, and that sometimes you see from LeBron as well. He goes into that ISO thing. Just because you're hot doesn't mean that you have to end the game and the ball has to be in your hands. And Marvin Ham kept talking about we need to play better. He needs to coach better. I hope to God he learns quickly from the Dallas fiasco. And tonight I was sitting there going, timeout, 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 timeout. Right. You only need 1 point. So give it your best shot.
Solomon, appreciate you calling in. The show the game you're talking about is against Miami. That's the one where Dennis Schroeder scored 32. Lakers role players pretty much stepped up and won them that game. I'm not going to disagree because there's a couple angles here. Number one, they're playing good basketball, undermanned against decent teams. That needs to be put to the side. The other part of it is you got chances to win these games, and you're doing things at the end of the game that I don't think is helping your chances to walk away with the W. So that part is certainly frustrating. Ken in Newport Beach, what's going on, Ken?
Well, I have to agree with my friend Solomon. He said a lot of what I was going to say. You listened to LeBron at the end, but you didn't see his demeanor. He was angry, very angry. 7 times this year, the Lakers have gone down to the end. Only 2 times has Darvin Ham called the timeout. One to tell him don't foul Johnson, and the other one who knows what he did. You had the opportunity to put a play together, and there was LeBron just standing there. He might as well have had his hands in his pockets as Westbrook is dribbling around, losing the ball. That should never happen. The coach should not be a spectator. He should be somebody calling a play, but he doesn't do it. It's almost like he's scared to do it, and what happens is you're losing games.
Ken, I'm gonna jump in. I don't think this is how I genuinely feel Darvin Ham feels in some of these situations. I think he's got the utmost confidence in his players to make certain decisions. He's got the confidence that they're gonna they'll make the right play, they'll make the right decision. But where I would stop, at some of that, I think sometimes that's where the coach comes into play. I get the confidence. I get that you want these guys to never have to overthink, never have to second guess themselves. But these last 2 games to me are perfect examples where the coach can win you a game and the players just execute what somebody with great experience in that situation can kind of take everybody's game to the next level, or however you want to describe it. But there are moments where you want your coach to win a game, and I thought he had a couple opportunities these last couple of games. Okay, we kept talking about Russ. Let's get Russ's thoughts. 113-112. He'll obviously explain that final possession.
Russ, you get that stop on Joe and come down offensively. What were you seeing and looking at in that moment?
Trying to get to the basket. That's unfortunate, but he was grabbing my wrist. I couldn't get the ball up, but it's all good.
In moments,
look at it tonight.
In moments like that, obviously, you took some time on the ground. Is that what it was? Just the no call, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's just frustrating, but losing the game. But I know that the game may come down to that last shot. I've been in this league a long time. There's a lot of possessions in this game, so move on, ready for tomorrow.
As a veteran, obviously, you look for those opportunities for you guys to get better as a team. And throughout the course of the game, where does that start?
Just utilizing and understanding every possession, time scoring possession, especially in the last 5 minutes of games are important to get stops on demand, making sure we locked in defensively.
Just to be clear, you're saying Embiid was grabbing your arm?
Yeah, he did grab my arm.
In late game situations like that, and not even asking based on the result, but playing through or timeout, do you have an opinion as a player which style you prefer?
Depends how the game is going. The game will tell you what to do.
You guys have talked about how a set defense can be the hardest defense to play against. Was that sort of part of the thinking? Were you just kind of going with the flow of the game?
I never said that. I don't know where you got that from.
Wow.
Yeah.
Russ, for you, is it better? I mean, it's the first night of a back-to-back for you guys. Is it better after a result like this to LeBron is saying, well, the thing about this league is we get another one tomorrow. Do you kind of try to purge this, and is that how you execute?
Yeah, you learn, figure out how you can be better for tomorrow, and come in and be ready to go tomorrow.
Russ, what's the healthy perspective on a game like this where you guys do a lot of things well, you're in a position to win, but again, like you guys are also in a situation where you need to get wins when they're in front of you. What's like sort of the team-wide perspective on a game like this?
I don't know if that's our mindset. Honestly, I think that's kind of, I don't know if that's your mindset or you kind of got that yourself, but we take one day at a time, man. The season's a long season. Got 40, 30, whatever, 39 games left. Take our time, take one day at a time, get our guys healthy, get back, and we know we're a good team when we put all our foot forward, so that's all we can do.
Does big picture do performances like tonight and like Dallas, you guys, again, shorthanded, do a lot of really good things. Does that give you faith in the we're a good team kind of mindset that you're talking about?
I always, from day one, thought we was a good team, regardless of results of games, but I know when we have our team together, we locked in, we're a really good team.
The sequence that you and LeBron had at the end of the second quarter, first is the alley-oop, and then he's trailing, and you have the bounce pass in the pocket, and he's able to finish. The more you guys have gotten chances to play together with one another this year, because there was only 20-some games last year, do you feel like you know one another's game better than you did last year?
Definitely. My job since being here day one is just try to make the game easy for him and AD, and I know my abilities to be able to play maker. I take a lot of pride in it, and my job is to make a game easy for him, and he does it. Make my job easy by running the floor, and my job is to reward him.
Just so I have a clear understanding of the final play, were you trying to lob to Wenyen?
No, I was trying to get my hand up.
Okay.
I couldn't get my hand up to shoot because he was grabbing it, but, it's all good.
Russ, you set the record tonight for triple doubles off the bench. Obviously, you've had a bajillion in your career, but what? I don't think that's the official number. But coming off the bench and being able to do it in this new role, considering the challenges of it, what does that mean to you?
It's just a blessing, man. I don't take anything for granted. Don't take this game for granted. Don't take the ability to be able to go out and compete. I'm truly blessed and thankful, and like always, and I give all my thanks to the man above for allowing me to go out and compete, and the rest is on me to go out and play the best way I know how to, and I'll continue doing that.
All right, that's Russell Westbrook right there. So the one piece of good news for the Lakers, they got a game coming up tomorrow. They got the Houston Rockets. That's a 7:30 tip. We'll do pregame at 6 o'clock. We'll have all our reaction tomorrow, so we'll have Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max will do their show. I'll do my show with Travis Rogers. We got a lot to get into. NFL football the weekend. Obviously, talk Lakers basketball. Mason Island, Sedano, and Cap as well. They'll be out on site. Yamaha Casino. Just from that perspective, we'll kind of continue this conversation about the Lakers. But for tonight, 113-112 the final score. Lakers now 5 games below 500. I don't want to sound too dramatic here, but tomorrow sounds kind of like a must-win against a Houston Rockets team that has the worst record in the NBA. A quick shout-out to Michael Funches, Rebecca Womble, Wilbert Flores, the whole team on our social media team, Josh Martinez and DeAndre Hawkins. Appreciate you guys listening to the show. We'll be back on tomorrow. I'm Alan Sliwa. This is the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
Thank you for listening to Lakers basketball tonight. Game 43 of the season is in the books.
Lakers basketball on ESPNLA is sponsored by Subaru of Glendale,
the #1 volume Subaru dealer in California.
Lakers basketball delivered by new melts from Pizza Hut. Cheesy, crispy, and loaded with toppings for just $6.99. Enough for 2, price for 1. New Pizza Hut melts only